The matter chop hot.
Asemene diloto. Hey!
Aye.
Another one is on the table, and you know when we sit in pairs, then court is in session. And today's one is also another interesting one. But if you are watching today, thanks for patronizing this particular platform. Make sure you spread the word, recommend this channel to others, and of course, whatever education that we give on this particular channel, you also have the right to share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. My name is Roland Amati, and this is live on Roland Report. So let me say big ups to Sam Tuga, who is helping us with production on this particular episode, as well as Shagzi also holding us down. So today's conversation is also another one, and we are entering into the court. Looks like recent times there, as a man for ran court, left, right, center. Alabaster Box have dragged Medikal to court, and they are suing him for 15 million Ghana cedis. Everyone say, oh. Now, the last time I spoke to Chemu about somebody suing another person, Okachem said, Nipa ni hohe, na untumintu ya. Now, 15 million Ghana cedis. Can Medikal pay? What are the details? So, captured on Alabaster, your friend is saying, myjoyonline.com, it says Alabaster Box sues Medikal for 15 million Ghana cedis over Akwaba interpolation. The story says about a week after threatening legal action against rapper Medikal, Ghanaian a cappella group Alabaster Box have sued the Omada Headmaker for using a portion of the Akwaba song without their approval. Earlier, the music group had indicated that Medikal used parts of the Akwaba song for his latest song titled Welcome to Africa. A letter they wrote to Medikal states that the first 10 seconds of Welcome to Africa is a reproduction of their song. They say the choice of title and verses of Medikal's song point to the fact that his work is derived from Alabaster Box Akwaba. The group also alleges that Medikal aggressive promotion and distribution of his track on major streaming platforms also deepens the violation. The lawyers therefore demanded the immediate removal of Welcome to Africa from all digital and traditional platforms. They also demanded the cessation of any marketing, performance, or business related to the track and the termination of any contract associated with its production and distribution. Apart from these, Alabaster Box also wanted Medikal to render account of revenue generated from the song and disclose all individuals or companies involved in its promotion and distribution. They said failure to comply with the above listed demands would result in a legal action against the rapper. In a writ of summons signed by lawyers of Alabaster Box, Richard Nunekpeku, Medikal only deleted the first 10 seconds of the song from only YouTube, but what he uploaded with their copyright materials is still on other streaming platforms, AudioMac, Boomplay, Spotify, and Apple Music. The rate says deleting the first 10 seconds without even contacting us is disrespectful and admission of guilt. Alabaster Box is therefore claiming an award of general damages of Medikal's infringing conduct in a sum of 10 million Ghana cedis. They also demand exemplary damages in a sum of 5 million Ghana cedis for Medikal's action and for attaching their brand to profane lyrics in his song. That is 5 million Ghana cedis. And of course, the rate of sermon was also captured in this particular newsletter, as well as the full statement of claim. But then, as usual, when they enter into the court like that, many will speculate, many will also say whatever they want to say. But the truth there can only be one, and the education can only come from one place. That is why when it happens like this, I will pull Chemo, who is the head of the online space and also one of the managing partners of Flex Entertainment, to come and give us enough education when it comes to the law. Chemo, welcome.
Thank you.
I said, now say this, but I was saying me copy me lawyer's robe, ne, your friend say wig ne robe, no, now me share because I say ni braba.
I know cry the my advice against it because omo de wig in the robe ni buy no omo jaise cry baby bebre ho omo nse bi the one American movie be and as American court to be a judge in a wig
no cry it's true it's true not in recent movies I say ampa
omo jaise intino
It yes, we Oh dear, we will find another day and talk about that one. But now, 15 million Ghana cedis. Yeah, there are two medical pump MC per Alabaster Box. Chemo, do they have a case?
Oh yes, obviously.
And what are the details? What is the law saying on this particular conversation?
So let's start from the interpolation bit. I mean, when they say that you have done interpolation of a song, what it means is that you have taken either the rhythm, the lyrics, or the melodies of the song, and then record it. You didn't take the original part.
Cut and paste.
That one they will say sampling. When you take the original one here to that place, boom, that one they will call it sampling. But when you do the exact thing, but re-record it, do it your own way, but we can identify with the original one, then you call it interpolation.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what Medikal did. They had some people to sing the same thing, but he re-recorded it as if it is an original thing.
Okay.
Yes. So obviously, this one, no, I don't see any way that Medikal is going to argue that this is an original piece coming from my end, and in that case, I have not infringed on your rights. I don't see him doing that. It will be difficult. So the next thing is that you negotiate with the person that hold the rights, and see how far you can go with it, based on what they are demanding. I think the money, the money that they are calling for is too big. But you see, sometimes they do that because they know definitely when it goes to court, the judge will look at certain factors, certain things before the judgment will be given. So there's no way that they will get the 15 million Ghana cedis. Okay. I don't think it's reasonable. But yes, they will still get something. It will, now whatever they will get will start from that 15 million cedis. It will be based on that they will get what they are looking for. You see, a lot of people are talking about the fact that he took only 10 seconds. 10 seconds. But you see, the law is strict, especially the Ghana one. You see, in other jurisdictions, they may give you some leeways when it comes to fair use.
Okay.
But in Ghana case, when you are talking about fair use, it has been spelled out, or it is clear what you call fair use. And even that, it is subject to the interpretation. So for the Ghana law, it's very strict. You don't have your way like that. I mean, some people try. They for now, I haven't seen the right holders taking them to court. Because in Ghana law, section 19 of the 2005 Act 690, there is a clear description of what you can do without you seeking the permission of the right holder.
Okay.
You can use certain portion of somebody's work without seeking permission of the right holder, and they have stated it clearly in the Copyright Act 2005. But let's tell people that it was done to replace the 1985 Copyright Act of Ghana.
Okay.
Ghana had a copyright law in 1985. But in 2005, they did another one.
An amendment.
Or what people call an amendment or replacement of the old law. So now we operate with the 2005 Act 690.
Okay.
That's what we operate with. So when you go through the Copyright Act, the one thing that you can use someone's artwork or content without seeking permission is when the artwork is in the public domain.
Public domain common.
Public domain when it is in the public domain, you can use it without seeking any permission from whoever did it. But you see, when we say public domain, some people don't understand.
I say public domain is not medical co use we I say
exactly. Say medical what say Peace FM for boss ways are. So it is in the public.
It's in the public domain.
No. When the law, especially the copyright law, says that something is in the public domain, it has specific meaning.
Okay.
So I think that's what is people don't really get it. When we say something is in the public domain in the context of the law, what they are saying is that there is no copyright attached to it, or there's no right holder of that piece of work.
Okay.
That's what we call public domain.
And at what point do you determine, say, okay, this piece of work and what public domain, it has a right holder or not?
Exactly. So that is it. What the simple way that you can see that it has a right holder is that it will be attached to somebody that this guy did the work. Like when you hear forget it. By all means, you will ask for who is the author of this song, or who wrote the song, who is the, like there are certain questions that you will ask. So obviously you will get a name, but still it can still be in public domain even if someone's name is attached. But how you will know is that you have to look out for the date that work was published, or how old that work is.
Was released.
Yes, because according to the Ghana copyright law, any work that has been that has been published for 70 years has no copyright holder.
Okay.
Yes, if you publish your work today and then in 70 years time, the right that you hold to that work has expired. But in that case, they have two other things that you have to look out for. If the owner of such work is what they call legal person, then the expiring date is 70 years.
Okay.
But if the holder is natural person, then it is 70 years plus 70 years after death.
Methuselah.
Okay,
but you need to explain what the legal person and who a natural person, because we are natural people.
Yes, exactly. So natural person is the human being that we all know.
Oh yeah.
You are the natural person.
Okay.
But when you say legal person, legally a company can be described as a person.
Okay.
That's what we mean by legal person, or an institution. You see, we have when you register your company, they have limited liability and other stuff. At the point, they will hold that company as a person.
Okay.
So all the actions of that company will be represented as a person taking an action. So if that copyright belongs to an institution,
like let's say
Ghana Broadcasting
Corporation, or maybe Empire,
yes,
or any record label like Links Entertainment,
yes, that's a legal person. So they hold the right for 70 years,
and that's it.
That's it. After that, you don't need to go and ask them for permission to do anything.
It's in the public domain.
It is in the public domain. You can use it. But you see, if there's a natural person attached to that thing, then after the person's death, 70 years before it will be in the public domain.
Another 70 years on top,
after death,
making 140 years.
So if, let's say, Shatawale holds the right to his songs, or one of his songs, let's say, taking over, after his death, it can only be in public domain after 70 years, when he dies.
After the first
70
years,
years, then there should be another 70 years before it will be in the public domain. That one, anybody at all can use it without seeking permission of anyone.
Wow.
So, yes.
But you see, back to the whole conversation, we are still in context here.
Yeah.
Somebody would ask, okay, after writing the person a letter or the first letter, isn't it a sign of goodwill for the person to say that, okay, you said I've used a portion of your song, I've interpolated a portion of your song, you want me to take it down, and willfully I have taken that of YouTube down. Isn't it a sign of goodwill to say that, oh, then maybe give me some time. Let me see what I can do with the other platforms and take it off. Isn't it a sign of goodwill done for you to drag me to court?
Good. If you do that, still, you can still be punished. But I think you can do a better case if you take action of taking it down or acknowledging that you have made a mistake. If we can confirm that Medikal and his team, maybe after taking the YouTube one down, also responded to the letter telling them that we acknowledge what we have done, we are taking actions to remedy it. Based on your request or whatever, we will go through it. It is a sign of goodwill.
Okay.
So if you have done that, you can go and defend it with that in court. Still, you will be punished, or you may be asked to pay something. But it will be you will be in a better side to negotiate than not taking action at all. So in the case of Medikal, yes, taking it down on YouTube is a sign of goodwill. Like, oh, okay, I admit that I've done something wrong, so I'll take it down. But the next step is that you have caused damage already. You have used the thing. So if they can prove that the usage of that thing will cause them or has caused them something, that's where the damages will come in. So if you take it down, I think the damages, you have stopped the damages to continue. But what you have caused before taking it down, it did there. So we can consider that one. Maybe that will be less than what if you allow it to run for a longer time. That's what will happen. Yes. So if you take it down, yes, you have stopped the damage that they are claiming. Now, okay, what it cost before taking it down will be in consideration. So some judges can say, okay, they have taken it down. We think that the damages have stopped. But what the damages that you can claim or we can quantify or whatever will be this, then they will consider what you deserve, reasonably deserve. It wouldn't be something that everybody will say, no, this is far from what you deserve. Yes.
Your final expectations moving forward. Now that a writ of sermon has been served, of course, that one there, it is not just like an ordinary letter for you to say whether you respond or not. Writ of sermon there, you definitely has to enter appearance and say whatever you want to say.
If you don't do that, then whatever that they claiming will hold. That's
then the court will just pronounce judgment
for them.
Your expectations moving forward after this writ of sermon?
I think we should just educate those who are into music business and how they should be respectful of people's rights. I remember some time ago, this guy, Kevin Boy, made a statement that he used Alabaster Box or something instead of the guy to praise him.
That he's promoting the
song and all those things. No. It doesn't work like that. You see, in fact, in the copyright, apart from the public domain thing, there's something that people call fair use. So even when you consider fair use, it should be reasonable or what they call compatible with the fair practice. But again, it shouldn't prejudice the interest of the right holder. You can't use it in a way that will damage the right holder and say that I'm promoting you. When you use Alaba, there's a commercial interest to that thing, or what do we call economic interest. So if you are going to earn from it, you are saying that you are promoting the person, whilst you are going to gain from it. The best way is to approach the person, negotiate with the person that, okay, I'll have a commercial interest for this thing, but this is how much I think I can pay you if you allow me to use it. And I think if you do that, most people will allow you. Most of them will allow you. Maybe there will be few people who will say, no, I don't want anybody to touch my work. But if you approach them, most of them will allow you. So why don't you just go through the right channel, do that thing, instead of just using it and later says that I'm promoting you or I use small portion of it. According to the copyright law, so long as it will have impact on the right holders' interest, reasonable interest, you can't use it no matter what you are using it for. Some people hide behind the fact that it is for educational purpose because the copyright law allows for educational purposes. Yeah, so somebody will use your work and they will claim that, oh, it is for educational purpose. No. If it is for educational purpose, but it will go against the commercial interest of the right holder, you can't use it. You are going against the law. So for me, I will tell those who are into music business to respect copyright of others and do the needful when it comes to using somebody's work. You can't just use it and come and say whatever you like. And before we go, I also saw somebody saying that Medikal can agree to whatever that they want, but he will pay 1 CD a month or a day till he can finish paying. No. When you commit a crime, you don't decide how you should be punished. So that one won't work. The thing is that you can, unless you can claim or you can file for bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Yes.
Okay. Minimum
to say bongo
ideas.
Honor the whole kind of baby. And no one would decide to say minimum. That's why it's a legal thing. Even if you are filing for bankruptcy, they have to agree, verify that I'm part. So who be at that point, you are not the one to decide how you pay it. The court will decide, but it will be reasonable. Let's say I'm part court who say but you have only one source of income court legally. What they will do is that they can take maybe 20% of whatever you are earning every month until you finish paying. But if you have assets, or dying, or cars, you better on the take on massa. And you are actually punish. So people should take note of that and do the needful, because you can really suffer for something that you could have easily resolved if you were doing the right thing. Yeah.
In 2025, copyright issues are no joke. Maybe gone were the days when people will just sample people's songs, interpolate people's songs, and they will just go scot-free. But it looks like now the laws are tighter, and no matter where you are, they will still come back or they will find you and serve you. Well, we hope for the best in the coming days. We hope Team Medikal will respond accordingly and just put this matter to bed. Yes, it is a huge issue, but to me, it is not so much of a big deal like that. It can still be talked out of court, or it can still be discussed out of court, and they can enter into a compromise. Whatever it is, somebody will go to the bank smiling, and then it but we hope for the best. If you have any other thing to share, the comment section is definitely for you. Let us hear from you. Subscribe and recommend this platform to others. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
The matter chop hot.
Assembly Diloto. Hey!
Aye. Hey.